It's time we overhauled our criminal justice system. It's way outdated and overreaching into our new civilization. From a taxpayer's point of view, and also when they lock you up and they take your freedom, you should be able to make a living wage while you're in there, getting reformed, doing your time. That way you make a nice living wage. You can still take care of your family back at home as well as yourself. It wouldn't be as big as burden on the taxpayer, and you could still financially gain, even though you temporarily lost your freedom. We need to look at our institutions, because this will reduce violence and hate throughout the rehabilitation centers. It's about rehabilitating people, not putting more hate and violence into them and taking away their opportunity to make money for their families left behind. They made a mistake. We've got their freedom. It's time we overhauled our system for the greater good. This will help with mental health issues. This will help with financial issues. This will help with reform clear across the board. We need to incentivize corporations to go in and start producing 24-hour jobs to say if you had a corporation. And then we put their inmates in there, and they had three different shifts, 3 8-hour shifts. They work around the clock, and they have different jobs to do and a living wage to reduce the burden on the taxpayers. And not only that, there's over 500,000 people locked up for drugs and petty crimes. That's ridiculous. Take this one instance. Say if we legalize prostitution. Las Vegas has been doing it for years. Just from the health benefits alone, you'll be able to stop the spread of disease, of STDs throughout our nation, because they will be required to carry a health card, okay? And now they'll be able to make their own living at it. Now, instead of the police going after all the hookers and watching them up and down the street and doing hotel stings, locking them in and out, and because they're going to do it anyway, right? And they're going to continue to do it because that's how they make their living. So we might as well bring it in, clean it up, give them a health care service card. They go and get checked random. And when you go out to get a piece of tail, you could run their name, run their health care real quick. Check it out. That way you'll be getting a clean piece of tail. That right there is going to stop the spread of disease. All right. That stops the cops picking on crimes, and they need to make a living anyway. Now they can go out and protect our homes, protect our neighborhoods, or go after the gangs. Do something more productive in law enforcement. They're spending billions a year, billions and billions just on picking on the prostitutes. So this will improve our health and reduce diseases. And this will give them an opportunity to make a legal living out of it. And they'll be able to pay their own way. And a lot of them are on assistance, okay? So instead of them getting welfare, now they're have their own income. Now this extra money can go to children and other needy families, the ones that need it more, okay? It's just a big revolving vicious door. It's time to overhaul our criminal justice system all the way around. And also inside, they use that telecourt inside for some of the inmates, okay, where the judge comes on the screen. Same thing. Well, to save money and to save us time, we need the same system out here in the civilian world. That way, moms and dads don't continue to miss work when they have a pinch with the law, okay? You'll be able to do this right here at home. And you can enter a plea called telecourt, enter a plea. And then your plea goes to your lawyer or whatever, or the district attorney or their public defender. And then from there it gets checked off and then to the judge. That saves wasted trips, traffic jams, and crowded courtrooms. And also help reduce the fines and fees of everything involved. So there's a lot that goes into the criminal justice system. There's a lot that needs to be changed. Okay. And not only for the adult correction institutes, but for the kids, the juveniles. We need to think about bringing in tablets in there. That way they can stay in contact. It'd be controlled, just like you got parental guards on your television, so your kids don't watch certain channels. You block it out. So the institutions, the rehab centers, okay, because you need to talk to your doctor. You got to talk to your lawyer. It's nice to talk to your kids or family members, okay, or even the inmates, the staff themselves, the guards, or your doctor, the people inside. So they'd be all pre-approved. And also you can do your classes. You can have forms of entertainment on it. It helps with mental health. It helps rehabilitate the next level of the human, because there's too much violence and hate inside our institutions, and they're way too behind in reforming our civilization. This is the way forward to improve their overall health and well-being and the rehabilitation process. We need to bring approved tech in there with the proper protections and guards in place and move this thing forward. And we need more diversion classes for our youth. We got way too many locked up. It's ridiculous how they've gamed the system. They've taken it, the courts, the police, and the rest of the people. They're making money off of it. So the more they lock you up, the more you get in a pinch, the more you get in trouble. We got to de-incentivize it. You got to take the money out of the court systems and out of the police systems where they continue to lock people up. It's ridiculous. It's just a big financial revolving door. We got to put the end to the corruption in our criminal justice system. There's a lot of work to be done. And like I said, just that one law, legalizing prostitution, the billions of dollars you're going to save in taxpayers and the money that's going to be available for the next poor people. There's a lot of work to be done here. And there's a lot of laws that need to be gone over and redone, especially like they did the weed and other drugs, these petty crimes. It's ridiculous to keep locking people up and locking people up. You need to send them to rehab. They don't belong in prison because they just get more violent and more hate. So it's time to take a look at some of these new practices and procedures, and at least have a debate on it and see where we're at and see what the greater good could come of it. I think it is the way forward because you're not rehabilitating them. You're making them mean and angry. Plus, you took away their opportunity to make money. You've already taken their freedom. And the little child left at home and the single parent. That's why so many minorities, especially the black families, that's why that their average income is only 12, 15, and then Hispanics up about 17, 18. This is a major contributing factor where you're keeping these minorities poor. You're keeping their husbands locked up for petty drug crimes. And then when they get out and they get pinched and you put them back in there, it's just a big revolving cycle. And you took their ability to make a living wage to take care of their families at home. We need to change this drastically. So there it is there. Until next time. Azevedo out.